so gachuto, no get kwesi chuto Ashione go shiabo. Ene wa boy anaga nsomo, ne so kwesi o gachuto, gege febo awuto. Somewhere go mehu, Teemɔ de kolebu. I am drugstore ye jeme. Me a hojo fa. Go be wala wa hojo fa mo. No ke yashia. You ya joy, ejaga no ti oye. Soda water, ekuma dada. Teemɔ no ya joy, anointing oye.
Shkomeko wakemini o machine radio wakemini ja oya logo. Lala ni nyenu ese. Iji wadienche wanyemi wanju. Ikemini anointing oil, froda water. Biane somo eneba. Obeshka onyoya. Wetu manakaino. Shkomeko wakemini o machine radio coming to you live from the heart of the city. Wakemini gamashin. Wanda nuncholeshi. Kengmene leun hawa higbe. Wakbe woni Teemɔ no. Iji Teemɔ mlinsani. Iji no ko krede ni wofio. Woke helio ke felio michon wadienche wahi. Come kongbeji ni TETTEH LARTEY. Mene on the 8th of September 2021. Mene show ni ma show. Na ma show. O machi radio kemini ja oya logo. Sane ngame kwa ya wadienche wache. Iwo numo ni gonti ajo atukpa manche. Ke na ode adenku kenklen. Eji anyamanye. Mo femo ni ko ba ye be. Ye Facebook website no. Agbena o machine no. Ke won ha mo femo awa tu. Ngo ajo mo femo ni ko ba ye bi. Yake be ni nya ko ba ye. Je akenya ba aftele ni kase mo son. O machi radio wakemini ja oya logo. Obada many wa oni wakeni Teemɔ ne ba nyegbeno shwe. Which on the gym boxing and fitness gym. Oto kasi actually form. Alo to gbole ukpamli. Wanyo twa 0545 193 289. Beno mastermind multimedia concept. If you mini posters, flyers, photocopy. Ke eko kume. Lo wanyo twa 0244 643 647. Beno ke the gym ice kinky. Ko to ni obody afi nourish. Which on FA from. Anona the gym ice kinky. Ke mini ubana olile. Ke dabje stationery. Agbanela on Jenny's Pizza. Ke mini buy a pizza from Jenny's Pizza at 50% discount. That's the champion promotion. You get buy at half price from 12 to 6 every Monday and Thursday. Why not try Jenny's Pizza 0268 595 222. Why not me down someone runabout akoko photo. Agbanela on Konongo Trade Junction, Aprade Junction, Kumasi, airport. Jenny's Pizza. You get mini champion. Chempe. Wakemi yo machi radio. Ja oya logo. Woni Teemɔ no wa pe ku Teemɔ mlinsani. Dog eba she. Dr. Imam Abdullah Sapon. Shingmene hincho ni wo ba UAG. Bakwe the link between the heart and the mind. Ji chakpa ni yo dwomo ke triye thing. Chakpa ni yo dwomo ke triye thing. Okay. Nyeko ba pe o machine no here wo ya ke shin kasi mo son chencho baba nyegbeno ke ni Teemɔ mi ngam bi chen technical producer ji ni lai ni mo ajobu mo Teemɔ eko ni e baba fita wo he ni Teemɔ no ke mi ni wo he nya fen awa tu gan no won kwenu wo e machine wo mo Teemɔ ni mi chon uta oni oba ni wo gan e machine due mo apanyo wo gbele wa agbo ke hanye banye twa 0201 717 539 0201 717 539. Comme ko o machine radio wakemi ja oyalago gbeji ni TETTEH LARTEY. Dog shani nele wahiele efonku okay yani uje
ine mini bongo ene nje blow BFN
bien ele wahiele ujugban hiwale somu ke dromo kenklen wada cho filo shi ake ngene ikeke wonu bakpe woni Teemɔ no ni ji Teemɔ mlinsani ni obada leshi ekun wake ne ken higbene wo chon no ni woke mi chon ni bibi kumeni akete wo jiolekpo ngene won to kwe the link between the mind and the heart ni ji chakman ni yo chuye ke jomo thing no do ke oba be floor fe bo no koni going forward o wa kwabi ni o wa fe ni mi chon
Table FM, minga mo femo good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nga wo ni manche nji atupai manche ni gonti ajo the first. Agbene nga mo kwa nyaminu nimbongo nji ni TETTEH LARTEY nji in host ke wo technical director and producer Mr. NII la wonga mo kwa hale. Agbene wonga onyeme feni bomodeni amekuwa fi program ne together. Ni wo fe wona ise mo minga me fe ni mo ajo me fe ife na me na sky na me ke ho bandele ni mo ha me increment divine increase in no fe no mi transition ame tawo ya me jensin na mi ni mo ha me divine increase. If you like it, no, you mean ni bongo yue. Obacha wo no tumono. Ni program nere eba face na ma woda because ni bi na ke pete wo ni ji wo mind ke wo body ke wo soul no jino ni ke wo ya ni ke wo ba. Wo ke wo yin ekpa no ma no pe be ni tran ke wo yin ekpa wo de nche o you know we will be going off track. Eba ni bi kuma ni isa affect wo. Ni bi no low be no ke ba affect bu no ke fit me have surprise ko have shock ko you know no favor sa you know or what you are doing at the moment no no feel be energy one prepare way ona to build more resistance against no funny baba ogbe no what prepare way omo and that is why we are here ona you know me feel ja what discuss in what feel a lot of research through different experiences and different sayings and all that, different traditions and cultures and all that. We put all these things together, informations together, and then we can build some base where we can depend upon. But now, feeling bini bagba na fe o prepare wo moje kwaku. What one one mean you ye can mene wa ye be the link ni your mind there ni jidwemo ke heart ni jichie. Link to your meeting. Ni link to your mind there ke chie tie. No jino ni here wo gbo de sanfe, no jino ni here wo jugba. Mokome shin mokome. Because mind there exists in how chie, ni chie won exist in how mind there. Ame fe ame tumo nyemme, they work together. Wakeji ame anu ame nshipe, ogba body na wa. Or any be because mind there no the big man it puts a lot of pressure on the heart. Or any may be high blood pressure, a lot of anger is going on in people. Inner peace Benjamin. Because mind there can if trouble there on a no the big man pressure can more you cannot bear it. Body and no. Or when you are faced, I'm going to down on me, then not feel depressed, then not panic, then not feel worried. Even born and so no news. Fair well, you woman, you know. In a general hand, they feel even more dangerous because Nini and Bona, no Jay. Nay, put more pressure on your heart, eh? Keji, Unamo Kuniba support bo, Ujiba, Tomonu of your ABA, Nimokoba support with some information, no, quite cripple. Ona ni okwai equipe but not feel face strong in mind, in body and in soul ibani down or break down.
Okay.
Or little pieces of information ni wona ye be wakaka shekra because it's for our own good and for our own benefit. Mind there it can hurt 10 years. Because mind there, a provider information is fair in our heart. The heart either about receive or about reject. Or can you mind there if it could sound there? Information fair, information about feeling fair, senses fair about true heart. Fair if negative, if it was any heart if it troubled. In a journey put your heart under pressure. At that particular point, imagine no immune system. The way you break down totally. Your immune system no na feel when the mind there enu ndi bi kumashishie the heart is trouble no sustainable ni immune system ona no sustainable no resist any trouble that is coming your way. Ona any ill feeling that is coming your way, any sickness that is coming your way. Well, imagine with all the challenges we are on our audience, all the challenges on our audience, keji obe inner peace. Onu ni bi kumenshi. At the same time, a pressure you know, no heart ni jitriye ina na agba. Na gbenu immune system onye resist hila ni ba bo gbenu. You can imagine what is going to happen to you. When Jobana ni babone wafi basa, wafi weak, wafi depressed. Ona na gbene bone babaleji, you begin to play a sick role. Ene ejino kuna is what discuss wa sick role, playing a sick role. Ofane one of these is what you know what topic.
Ofane niji
playing a sick role.
Playing a sick role. Okay.
Ofo he la chenije la chejibu. Ona.
Okay.
Playing a sick role, it means like ocho he la che. Ni je la chejibu. So cho he la che. Wana ge dane aniha kwe mobu. Ona. Aniha mobu. Ni je aniha lojibu. Ona osimono wachuni. Osimono watishino fienoko. Keshe lebi puno watishipuno njebaniha mobu. To wake up, it becomes very, very, very problematic because mind there, if heavy, cheer if heavy, imani body if heavy. Nika body if heavy, wanna get a smile in the soul, a long able withdraw mo.
Okay.
Well, game you are getting cat game causes smell juice. That's what it means. Well, mind there is a need done ona. It's search for information, ni money cheer and amishe. Because happiness is the treasure of the heart. Cheer ke means le treasure jino. What cheer le dane tell any one means what ke onyo provide means o ha cheer pe eke sa neighbor.
Okay.
Imagine no kemokuye. No ha le means ona. O ha le means naka mo dane cheer fiti. Si dane kwa kemokuye no ha le means dane kemo join no ena means. Jamo joy, get joy no bana means because me know or provide more honor with happiness, with means, and that is what we are all looking for.
Okay.
Happiness is what we are all looking for. So why don't we construct our minds so that it can provide enough information to make the heart happy? Because Ona, getting mind there is not open to different informations and different areas of life. Ona, if you're squeezed in one corner, if you're open, wanna get down okasanin to kenibi, Osmona now sani mi, Ogba sani, Osmona dolo konokonomi, ko oikamoku ya podenche unyo balosani. Okanibi a woman so because why? Mind there near it provide enough information ni bani chia fe free. Obodenche o enslave way. I always refer to Bob Marley Yomo Ekmene yo because it makes a lot of sense and there's a lot of wisdom in it. It can emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. You see? That is it. Exactly. Ojemo ko use you lodgba eba enslave chiye. Chiye ba to slave. O dan o chiye fite. Kemo ko mopo denche o ga mobo. Kemo ko mopo o ga bu imo, ni je bu imo. Ko na ni menyo nwe ka ayo ni je bu ya yo. Ona o enslave o mind there.
Adano o ko jomo no.
O ko jomo no. Ona ni chiye fe basa. Sanene jo sanene oga bo sanene no ko ni je no money oga no sano no ye be dan me ni o fite ni bi because mind there ona enu ni bi kumejishin o ani chie e fe basa e chie fite obe pi ko kam ko ye ona ni mo o na ni e behaviors come ka shaleton a mind there enyeko e perceive no actually perception.
Okay.
You see, we have two things. When the mind is able to perceive things, you see, that is when it will conceive things. keji mind there no ni ehihie then they hear wo me ona ke for example te flache ka ke mo ko hie o ake conceive alomally
nakai
wa bia ke mi no ke you hie o ayu ake conceive it's because no ko e wo me naka no na hie wo me it to grow to become useful and fruitful alomally
anukwali
wona ke no keji onuno ko hihie ona o perceive ni e ha no o mini o conceive oni ni to hie oni e wo me ona for example kama ko feno ko do na mi she ona no onake mele mi she ha bu o conceive ona ka mi she no hie ona ka mi she o wo me o anytime call jomo in ke no ko na mi she
nakai
o conceive na ka happiness and that will make you grow into happiness
okay
ona but keji aleno ni noni ba bogbe no it becomes negative you reject it wanna call reject me because ona ke nele wa gbona
wachona agba
ba chona agba ka call reject ni ene wo be pie wanna ke in different relationships when one person does not understand the other most of the time when they balaji e ke separation eba because you love to run away you honor mind nyeko understand no ni ya no between the two of you honor what is going to happen is that because there's no understanding what is going to happen is that you will not be able to conceive the person eventually and you must separate because what is going to happen is that you run away from that person knowing like she mele ba go china alomi mali
anukwali
what mind structure the structure of the mind it has always good to be very very sound and your mind has to be built on facts and informations not stories
sure fabrication
not phantoms and fabrications and stuff no not lies no not jokes construct the mind there on true pillars of life what construct mind there on basic informations and foundations what construct mind there on facts and informations or anything you are doing there you are already informed and that makes the mind very sound and when the mind is sound there it makes the heart very sound as well
sure.
sound
okay
can mind there be sound my brother and sister all heart if it sound at all dan no nye o mi fun wo mi ale no ni gbo na ene ani me pi ena hila na ale no ni gba me na wana ke mo kunye wa ke no ko feel no ko feel it happy on that e ko nye ke won gbasene fine well any feel no again no ko happy is because more a cheer if it troubled cheer is on fire and when the heart is on fire you keep it to yourself osmo ni mo kwale because me no mind there if it could sound mind there no ni big mention ni keji obemi share life me it mo be life for mo crown go better because all we're going about in life is about happiness
okay
no the one thing you want to mind that face sound uji your inner challenges ekwe oinchon babu omusun kombo oingbe nwoy otu nwoy osemi nwoy ochichimi nwoy oya musu problem oya health problem oya najim problem but more than oya sexual related issues come problems come no me fe fita any ibani tree have trouble because if you don't understand what is happening to the body you have inner issues inner challenges and apart from that they look at the outer challenges the challenges for example society mean communities mean families mean tribes mean challenges including challenges inwardly put together keji mind there if it could sound there you can imagine what is going to happen to the heart. The heart will be under pressure all the time. And for as long as the heart is under pressure, the body will not be happy. The body will not be sound. Eventually, you'll be having a permanent condition. Mind, you got to construct it. And that is what we are saying here. All the necessary things that are required for the mind to do, you do it for the heart to be happy.
Ojugba. but ya no shkami ton ke Sane bi mo kwa bashi o banyo ya no kuni.
Ona. The happiness ni wata o it all relates to ni bi ni na your life me the positive and the negative.
Negative.
Ona.
Okay.
Sometimes we look for the positives. We think about the positives, and then suddenly something negative happens. Ona, o town no nashka ne keno ni saneko kropa no sanwa fite na kenska fe. Ona, so you see, it's like sometimes the positive breeds negative, and sometimes the negative breeds positives. You see, energy don't need confuse your mind there if you don't understand these things, how it works. Ona, so if you want the heart to be sound there, you have to seek information and facts. Ni bani mind there, Ona. I send signals, Papa, it will hard tell me.
Okay.
Ona. Because telling the challenge will come all the time. It's a test of life. It's a test of time. The challenges will come, but it depends on how you manage the challenges to make the heart sound and not unsound. You want to get married. There are challenges in marriage. So how would you use this mind, your experience, your knowledge, your reasoning power, to overcome the challenges of marriage? If you don't learn these things and you go into marriage, eventually there will be things that you don't understand. Eventually the heart will be troubled. Eventually you take off, you run away. Separation will take place. Because you want to run away, you want to take off. Because you don't understand what is going on. But if you go further, what we realize is that from a lot of research and experience in life, what you realize is that the negatives rather leads us to the positive sometimes.
Okay.
Or even most of the time. But it is when someone cheats on you, that is when you know how to protect yourself against cheaters. Hello, Mali.
Nakai. Boy for bang.
Exactly. It is only when someone cheats on you, that is when you protect yourself against cheaters. Kejimoko cheating on you, da. But onyo no protect you against a cheater.
Dabi. Olebine yo.
Or the negative sometimes, it rather gives us some lesson, and we learn from the negatives. And eventually the negative rather breeds the positive that we are looking for. But because of the lack of patience, you see, in the beginning, previously we discussed patience. Patience is a skill, that you can use to bridge the gaps. Waiting for the right time. Something is going on that you don't understand. Noni ya no fe ke happen ko akaseni. Niko ke kaseni utan with patience say wana ke eventually no shishie no ko ba happen no ba no nsha gbene. Ona ke with patience say onye mini o bridge na kan gap eh. But keji obe chishi to what is going to happen is that always say gaps say ba inje me down eh. And you always be looking for solutions when the solutions are rather there. Well, the link in your mind there heart is what you are trying to explain.
Okay.
Link. Because don't forget one thing. Hela kome ni gbagbo made sanawaji onye kwa ni ano. Mind there deme memory yo alo mali.
Okay.
Mind there deme memory yo. Wo keji memory tunu ojigba onye ba pa ni bi ano. Because why? Cell said in the last week, I can cell said in your brain, keji tunu ojigba if mind there function ojigba. Eventually you develop some forgetfulness habits and all that.
Sure.
Onye ba pa ni ano mlam. And the more no ye pa ni ano, don't forget one thing I can see. Oh heart onye nkpe no
problem. She dog kema be a Jimmy. Do we have a mind in the heart? And we are Jomo Chuye Minlo? Because when we are about link, Chakman you are my thing. No kema be any way Jomo Chuye Minlo. Do we have a mind in the heart?
Where mind there, where heart there, then where senses.
Okay.
These three things are working together.
Sure.
Ke ojenokwe una feeling kwe no odwen here. Senses say pico. Senses say pique, they send a signal how to here.
Okay.
The signal send how to here in one of the cheer pump wa chiencha. Because signal no send how to here. Any cheer and panic. I can mean what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen? What signal? Every signal no but send what you make sure it's a sound signal. and make sure it's a real signal, not a false alarm.
Okay.
And this is why in every institution, a false alarms are prohibited. Allow me, Mali.
Okay.
Imagine what tabia no mo go there's fire outbreak somewhere. Ni what tabia ni mo get lancho eko. Ona ne ko be na ba jikwe je na kan ni. Ona get hani ma tue for nothing.
Okay.
Or panic for the call it a false alarm say it doesn't send the right signals to the heart. Well, you begin to think about your life. What is going to happen to me? And then the heart to be troubled. Chie ba bo na agba na mo. Ke chie na bo na agba o pressure ba anwe. Or ona get she false alarm gbe obo e.
Okay.
Or assigning false alarm the wrong signals are how to know.
Okay.
That is why when two people are together, can men or yeah, they always have to make sure they make each other happy. Ona, they always have to contribute in making each other happy. Because the minute you send wrong signals to the mind, the mind will also send wrong signals to the heart.
Okay, Doc. No, we are about two people coming together to make each other happier. Mi to ma bia ke shin, e wo ke abale shin lemlien. Sorry, ke abale shin lemlien. Do we love with our heart or we love with our brain?
That is what I told you, Akeshi. The mind, the heart, and the senses, that is your feelings, work together. So when you mind, ko unamoku, bo wa dream moi. Una.
Dog mimba, shwanine wanga o mamini ji Mrs. Ruby ayi. Iba fita we ni femo no ke agbenele Linda Hope. Then we ko kenje boga ke good afternoon.
Good
afternoon, Linda.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all.
Right.
Una, you see, kejo unamoku una. First thing bo wa dream moi.
Okay.
Ona oyin mele e pick information e ta ofemo o mo e for e true e dion e ke e short ona a height ona a measurement ona no fena ingme e pick fen alo mali
Okay.
ingme ke mind there about me tuning together
Okay.
wono na mo pe agbene o assess mo alo mali she mo ni fe mo agbene ban ona good feeling alo bad feeling about le because ke mo send wrong signals in her mind there. O mind there but send like a signal to your heart.
Yeah.
Well, it's always good. Like Keji Okemokupi always say, be honest to the person. That is the first impression. Because like on first impression, no general will pick, they quite draw conclusions about you. I know you quite form impressions about you. And make sure you are honest, and that honesty must continue because otherwise, the minute the person realizes, okay, you are not honest anymore, that will send the wrong signal to the heart, and then the person will begin to mean run away from you.
It's big barriers.
It will break barriers. It will create barriers between you.
Okay, sure.
What always say is good. Okay, look, don't forget about yourself. Because the minute you forget about yourself, you put the heart under pressure. Let's put it this way. Okay, una chihela, una cardiac problem, like cardiac issue, una chi problem. Ni enewo ake oka yinoku, for example, tumongu alo shito alo no kunage. Ona nene forgetfulness feel. No ye kpano no yengwe ke shito. So what are you doing to yourself?
You're causing harm to yourself.
You will cause harm to your heart. Ona, or anytime you forget about yourself, Ona, you'll be carried away. And then anything that is troubling you puts pressure on your heart because you're not thinking anymore. The minute you stop thinking, your heart is under pressure. And that is why it's always good to look for ideas, information, advice, support, consultation, name them. Because those things provide you with facts. You will send the good signals to your heart, and that makes the heart sound and happy.
Sure.
Sometimes what we do is that we pick on unnecessary informations. That will rather make us feel bad. And I wonder why. You ask yourself, are you killing yourself? You know this information is so good for you. And you went in for that information to trouble your heart. And this is why we have what you call individual assessment.
Okay.
First time, it's an old feeling actually individual assessment. It's an assess mode. Bone yo, bone yoni ha, bone kwoni ha, bone treat of bomadis ha. It's suban can offer a conduct, a behavior. It's an old check fair before you draw your final conclusion or you make your final decision. Assess mode. because that will send a the right signal to the heart. Okay, now the heart is happy with what he's saying.
Okay.
But if you don't provide enough information to the mind and the heart, okay, look, this person is okay for you. You don't have any information, you don't have any fact, you're only following your emotions. The emotions that your emotion no follow. Alo no mo no yeah. Ibano ohin no.
Okay. Nisa.
In the end, no what will bring troubles to your heart.
Okay. And Gemino, Mrs. Ruby. Mrs. Ruby, hello studio, good afternoon. Ma one UK dog unke a helibuno. And dog, what are some of the ways to maintain a healthy heart-mind relationship?
We have what we like and what we dislike.
Sure.
No small. And there's a particular reason for that. And sometimes it's based on equal experience, or life experience. It's based on characteristics. It's based on equal behaviors. It's based on family background.
Okay.
That makes you decide what you like and what you don't like.
Okay.
So always say you have to make sure 90% of what you like is achieved.
Okay.
But when you forget about those things, it happens actually what you dislike rather comes your way. We seem to forget about the things that we like most and rather go in for the things that we dislike. Or the whole thing in life feel very distorted. Because it appears as if sometimes we don't even know what we want anymore. Because forgetfulness, I'm honestly speaking, is the worst thing you can ever think of. Forgetfulness. The minute you forget about something, create hole gap. In the can gap, feeling like can gap. In the end, it will bring troubles to your heart. Or mind and heart, they're so related. One shouldn't forget about the other. Always said you must link them up. Sometimes mind it off. Mind always say it's an office track if it's very sound. Nobody if it's sound, you always say you're looking for informations, guidelines. You ask questions. What you don't know, you try to know what you don't know. You try to get more knowledge and information about what you don't know. You learn more. Because this is what will broaden your horizon. The more you learn, the more different things reveal themselves to you. And that broadens your horizon. And that makes your heart sound because now you're getting to understand certain things. You're beginning to understand why certain things are happening. For example, like I said, sometimes we think the negative things that happen to us as the worst things. But it's rather the worst things that happen to us that leads us into what probably we were looking for all this time.
Okay.
You were looking for a good man or a good woman. But in the beginning, you didn't find one. So you went through all sort of challenges and experiences around that particular time. But in the end, that experience you had and knowledge you had from the previous experiences, led you into finding your path. What this simply means, in that case, there's no need to worry anymore. And there's no need to put the heart under pressure. Because you know definitely that you go from one stage to another stage. It's how you nurture your mind, really. But no about train or jamo. But no about fail jamo. Like one last week and you about mindset.
Okay.
KG is seeking more knowledge and information and advice and questions that you ask from people and the answers that you get that leads you through the path. You'll be living in your own world. Because Ojamo Boneyo Nagawafu Nibio.
Okay.
You own a broader picture, own a bigger picture.
Okay.
If I down on time thinking you are moving forward,
Okay.
but you're not getting anywhere. You'll be living in your own world.
Okay. And dog, Shibami, Sane ku ni mito mabi Sane bimo ku ibani. Mito ni mabi. Jamo kechuye tenoni yo hewale. Which one is powerful? The mind and the brain. Sorry, the heart and the brain.
The heart and the brain, let's just put it this way. The minute your heart stops pumping, can't take a pause. Doctors, when you go to see a doctor, and you are ill or sick, and you go to see the doctor, sometimes they take your pulse. And they take your pulse because they want to check your heartbeat. So, keji a check your heartbeat, ni a check your pulse. Sorry, ni ana sign ko ni chanke. A pump heart and pump no drag you are done. Alomalo ogbena ogbo. Or heart no here gbomo
Okay.
Ona. And that is why it's an in mind they always say chuni ojiba. Ona. Ni mind there anya provide informations ke facts fe ke solutions. Ona ke results ni heart tawo. It's an in mind there I feel ready hale. Because let's store information say kebo okay o memory mi ona. Okay, labor base. That is a mother. This is a house. This is your house, your mansion. So whatever you achieve here, you send it to your mansion. To make your mansion beautiful. When you go for shopping, whatever you buy, the good things that you buy, you bring it home. And then you make sure anything you bring home, anything that is a trash or rubbish, you throw it out. You see? So what you do rather, the opposite rather that we do, the negative that we do, rather the worst thing we do sometimes is that instead of throwing away the trash, we take the trash in.
Okay.
And rather reject the good ones.
Okay.
Because the mind is not constructed properly. So you cannot see properly. Your vision is blurring because the mind is not well constructed. It will blur your vision. You will not see the right person. You will not know the right people. You will not do the right things. And the right things will not come your way because the results will always be bad.
Ojugba adienche. Iwo do kan wonu wonhia kesin tuye ye hiwale fi jomo. Mini intelligence tuye yo. Does the heart have any intelligence?
Keji, for example, video. Allo, for example, ote cinema. Boy, you're not going to actually projector. Or projector, le true film or mini. Board no. Allo Mali. Le project film or board no.
Nakai. Wa symphony.
No, na vision allo Mali.
Nakai, no na.
O na vision o ta. But why you so mind there allo Mali? No ka kasino ko mini storyline mi. Allo je nakai.
Nakai.
O projector ka beje mo anyo ko film
Onyo ko.
O hate le projector ona le pump of blood ha jomo ke ni bi you see but na fini jomo anyo atuni wo ke hate bejugba na be mi se jomo na mi se ni ba tuni ojugba no na ke wo yeni ojugba ona no na wale no na la ona but na fi chi anya pump la ojugba ha jomo
nakai
ona
nakai Mrs. Ruby ke lewe hani na ke dog info na ke the mind controls the whole body because that is why when any part of our mind gets disturbed, it affects the part of the body that the mind controls. Again, when your heart stops working, it means your brain will die because of oxygen.
That's right.
To be no chon here you okay, jomo ni here body no ni ke fit mo nagbakuba ni nagba ya ba any jomo control ke fi gba gbomo chuena.
The reason is that you money you previously no repeat it. Okay, jomo ke senses say don't forget we have senses allo Mali.
Anukwale.
How many senses do we have?
How many senses? 5
or 6, yeah? So therefore, jomo leba provide information senses say ne pick ne kan heart wakeji no ko ya logic ba ni jomo pick information pe sense say no ba feel good or bad allo Mali ni ko feel good or bad mini na can feel it will be sent to the heart or either the heart will be happy or troubled or that is why I keep on saying like jomo you should construct it well because ko construct it like jomo well mo ba na information keje to monitor the rest of the body. Kejo construct in mind. Why do we go to school? Why do we get educated? Ona, even though you have some, family, background and some training from your family background there, you understand? Right from your childhood there, early childhood there, we still go to school to seek more knowledge. Hello, Mali. Because you see, the more knowledge you have, the more sound your mind becomes. And that is why the white man says again, life is a learning curve. Life is a learning curve. So you don't judge people by your standard because everybody is learning. The more you learn, the more you equip the mind with more informations and facts to be able to sustain the rest of the body. Hello, Mali. Ke olebona yo ni oleno wale no waye.
Kokoko.
Ko olebona nu wale bona no ba nu. Ko olebona ho ni wale no bona no ba ho no yi. Informations ni wo na fe about ni bi no of different things ni wo feel. No ha ni mini. It provide sustenance in how. Na can sustenance the bano tree have a sound. Ke nana can sustenance tree have troubled. And that is why I keep on saying, like, mind dele, sani dane, onkwelo jiba. Nuku, aka interfere. Alo interrupt, alo it distracts from the way we think. Because thinking is a process. And that process is a continuous process. The reason is that you have a life that you have to protect. You have a life, that ongoing life, which is a process. So the thinking has to be a process as well. And the more you think, the more you find many solutions and answers to your problems. Hello, Mali. But if you stop thinking, everything stops. Like Madam Ruby, the minute you stop thinking, everything stops. For example, Kedi money a provider, chika yeshia. One chop money yeshia, like we say. No, chop money hamope. Ba yeni yeshia no. Hello, Mali. Ayeni no. Because Jomo, in particular aspect, it's the same.
And dog,
yeah.
Ufane Shibamiwa. Sane kui bakeje boga, keje was sister Linda Hope. Jeme, Ebibusani. Again, please, dog, I want to forgive someone who has hurt me a lot, but I don't know why my heart or mind is not allowing me to do so.
This is exactly what I said earlier. Okay.
Money send message ke ba. Ko wa explain. Ofa no ya le bluff for you ya gan egbo no chon.
Yeah. I said previously that when you meet someone the first time, you have to do what we call individual assessments. We are all individuals, and most people don't know this. Everybody is an individual. We should not think that we are the same. We are not the same. No. And this is what sometimes you think you are a human being and someone else is a human being. So therefore, the way the person thinks is the way you think, or the way the person feels is the way you feel. No, it's different. So you have to assess the person. You see, you have to assess the mental status of the person. You have to assess the physical capabilities of the person. You have to assess the emotional capabilities of the person. Sometimes, to a certain level, you have to assess the person's spiritual capabilities. If you don't go into all these things and you start a life with a person, in the end, you get to know things that you didn't know before. Most of these things will disappoint you because you did not search for those informations before you got into a relationship with that person. So the mind will be disturbed. But when you start a relationship with someone and you have all the information about the person and you are satisfied with the person's, with the information and details and particulars you are getting about the person, it makes the heart happy to make a decision. But sometimes we follow our emotions. So we shouldn't blame people when things happen. No, we don't blame no one. It's a learning process. Because if you don't know these things, how will you have experience to pass on some knowledge to your children or the next generation? We learn in order to carry it forward. So don't blame anyone for anything that happens in your life. No. The person has got more to learn. You have got more to learn. One day you may even become friends again. Who knows? One day the person might be your best friend. Who knows? So in that case, ask yourself, one day if the person comes to say, well, blah, 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 I've forgiven, I'm asking for forgiveness and blah, blah. And at that particular time, maybe the person is thinking rich. Who knows?
Sure.
Would you accept the person?
Sure.
So you see, anything that happens in life is a learning process. It's a learning curve. We shouldn't be offended by the things that come our way. We learn from it. It makes us stronger. It may be a negative thing. It may be something that we don't want. It may be something that is not good for us, but in the end, we have learned something from it, which will be a piece of information and guidance for us. You see what I mean?
Sure.
So we should not be offended. Forgiving people is the best thing. The reason is that when you forgive someone, it gives you space to think about yourself. You see?
Okay.
When you forgive someone, it rather sets you free. And it gives you space to rather think about your forgotten self. You see, because you forgot about yourself, that is how you gave yourself to someone, maybe wrongfully, without probably, doing that assessment that I was talking about. Because that time, you thought, he's a good person. Well, let me try him. There's nothing like trying, no. We always have to rely on facts and information, like I said, because that is what the mind needs. The mind needs facts and information, and not lies, and not dishonesty, and not misinformations. No. What the mind requires is what? Accurate information and facts to think about things, to reflect about things, to send good signals to the heart, to make the heart happy and sound. So always make sure that anything that you want to go in for, seek information about that thing and be satisfied with that information before you make a decision.
Okay.
But if you get it wrong and you don't do these things initially, when something goes wrong, don't blame no one.
Sure.
Take it as a lesson and carry it forward.
Sure.
Because tomorrow might be better,
Okay. I think Linda's question has been answered. Dog, it was Gemino ni one way about neke mi chono ne ke ba issue ne ni reason. What emotions make the heart beat faster?
You see, when you forget about yourself, your reasoning is locked up somewhere. The minute you forget about something, you don't reason anymore. The reason is shut off. What happens is that emotions takes over.
Okay.
Now you begin to feel and you don't think. That is why it is so good to suppress people or oppress people. But when you oppress someone or suppress someone, you take away their mental capacity, their mental liberation. Their right to think and their right to decide is taken away. And the minute you take someone's right to decide and the right to think away, they'll be left with their feelings and emotions. And that is why people cry. Well, we don't depend upon emotions too much, no. We depend on reasoning. And the reason will tell the emotions what to do at the right time and at the wrong time. No lemon no o small no o follow emotions. O feeling no follow. But no banna lo ha. Come on, baba la bekene no more feel. Ona no beat on your mind. Keke mo kupe eje no kono no ni ba fake bekene le some ice cream koni my champagne ko machine what feel no kene any imagine ni ba wo jo me ke wo ke me kupe. What feel like an individual assessment that be emotions take place here. You don't reason.
No, but which means it take all the positive things no na like nibi pakpani o na picture like behind the bigger picture. Shikaji enye ya negative pe boy you.
Yes, because obviously more na tell be can be piwa table. Oh boys are no face smart.
She dog be pia ani balake nibi na ke te alo suban lenche ni jiopole dienche.
Ona suban. Suban aketu go. But you see, go for individual assessment. That will allow you. Nika okemokunyi ponente observe more kemo na eye contact. You see, ko onamokuni okelena eye contact. Kemo myanu kwale wana. Kemo mali wana. Understand me? See, we fail to have eye contact sometimes. And you see, let's say use word go. Okay, we should stand tall. It means like it's an mind then They always say it's active. You know, thinking properly, thinking accurately, thinking efficiently, on a reason up. But can mind that fail na kaniepe. You see, sometimes a lot of things go wrong. And then what happens is that you begin to follow your emotions. The emotions say like it's a feeling. It's only a feeling. Emotions say come on. Ona how deceptive emotions can be.
Okay.
One of them go for you affair like affair la make me na oh my god. I hire me cry na ma affair la. You can imagine oh and I dear emale ona emale emotions say they are very deceptive. So don't look for the emotions, look for the reasoning. Check the reason, read between the lines. You see, when you stand taller, you can see things properly out of the crowd. And then when you reason there, you pick informations. You pick facts. You see, you read between the lines, look into the person's eye, read between the lines. See if the person is really telling you the truth or is lying to you. Because if you don't look for this information, say, you either become happy or one day you become sad and the heart will be troubled. So we should not initially follow our emotions. This is a world record. This is a world record. A lot of people follow their emotions when they first meet. Or follow emotions. You're not reasoning. And that is why a lot of marriages is not working. That is why a lot of relationships are not working. Because people don't do assessments. Even in businesses, it's not a lot of troubles crop up in businesses. Reason being, people don't do individual assessments before they even employ people. You can imagine.
She dog ufane mi to ma bisani ku BMF be wo just me chipping e kagbo na keshin me interject. And can we feel love in our heart? Is a yes or no question. Yes or no answer. Ke follow up question afitai.
You can only feel love in your heart when you breathe love in your mind.
Okay. So if that is the point,
and you understand the concept of love. You see what I mean?
Okay.
If you understand the concept of love in your mind, that concept will send a signal to the heart.
Okay. So therefore, why is the heart the symbol of love?
The heart is a symbol of love because that is its base.
Okay.
Love will have a seat in your heart if it has a base. How would you love someone without giving them a room? Exactly. You must understand the concept of love. That is when you when you perceive love, you understand love. That is when you can conceive love. Because heart it's a chamber where sound things are kept.
Sure.
And not distorted people and creatures and name them. Things that will trouble your heart. You don't keep them in your heart. Because it will create a cardiac arrest for you, you know.
Sure.
It will create a cardiac arrest for you.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get choked in your throat, you cannot swallow. When you get choked in your throat, you cannot swallow nothing. The same way, when your heart is arrested, nothing happens. Everything stops. So you don't allow things don't send wrong signals to the heart. And even if a signal is coming, don't take it to the heart for the first time. Analyze the situation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Analyze the situation. Scrutinize the situation. Read between the lines and get some results, good results, before you get the issue to the heart. You don't take things to heart. Let me tell you something. Sometimes people see people and they are frowned. And then suddenly you also frown. You're following your emotions. You don't know why the person is frowning. So why do you also frown?
Okay.
Someone is angry, and then you also become angry. You don't know why maybe the person is sick. That's why they're angry. You see what I mean? And then you also become angry. You're living with your husband or your wife. Suddenly you realize that your husband or your wife has frowned, so you also frown.
It's not possible.
This is an emotional misconduct.
Sure.
It's an emotional misconduct. You don't follow emotions because what the reflection you get is that if the person frown and you frown, what is going to happen? They are taking your beauty away. By following your emotions, your beauty is taken away. You keep on frowning and frowning and frowning till one day you don't look beautiful anymore. You begin to look ugly. And when you look in the mirror, you don't even see yourself anymore. You see, your beauty is taken away through emotions. But when you reason up, when someone frowns, you don't frown back. You read between the lines and ask yourself why the person is frowning.
Sure.
You learn something from it. So you see, that is why I say we are here to learn. We are here to learn and not to frown. No. When you frown for nothing. When you become angry for nothing. When you become frustrated for nothing. It doesn't give you nothing. It puts pressure on the heart. But when you reason up, you find answers to everything that you see around you.
Dog, why is your heart heavy when you become sad?
Because you see, let me tell you something. When water, when you turn on the tap, what you want is for the water to flow.
Sure.
When the bucket is full, you turn the tap off.
Sure.
You don't make it overflow. Because when you make it overflow, you'll be disturbed. Something will go wrong. So what is happening is that you send accurate informations, think about things that will make your heart happy. Simple. Do things. Think about things. Program yourself. Do activities that will make yourself happy. That will send happiness to your heart. Because all the heart wants is happiness. Look, it doesn't matter if you build mansions for someone, if you buy cars for someone, if you set up businesses for people, and if they're not happy, they're not happy.
Sure.
It doesn't matter how rich you are. If you're not happy, you're not happy. Somebody might be poor, and yet they're very happy. So you see, happiness is what we all want. So we breed happiness. No matter what is happening, learn something from it, and that is your satisfaction. Don't get offended by things that happen. No, and don't blame no one. Learn from it. You see, and that makes you happy that at least I've learned something today.
Dog, what be FEB? Me tell you okay, o advice ke o na gbe wi magbene oni okay wo kwelo e applied ni be no want to sponsorship cause me na geshin wo be e no be 1 hour ishe. No okay wo ba na walo eni aba wa woni wonye wo an extra 1 hour ke fit our time we appreciate. No offer any advice ke.
Well,
final message no kuma.
Yeah, advice ke final message we are all looking for happiness. And because we have inner challenges, and outer challenges, and because we don't understand and perceive, or most of the time, what do you call it? Jomoku, Nileku, strength, hewaleku, no, wa konka ne keni bi ne, besanimi o mind there, o construct logic ba. Ke o like o leno ko bina akebu. No lehu make sure you work on it. Don't be negligent. Ni o like ni ne hiabu. Show fi. No ne hiabu mo bo fi no mo. In the end they want mess up. Or any information you want now, no need here. Let's work on it. Let's keep on practicing it. Well, when you begin to practice those things, it will open more channels and open more doors for success and happiness. Because that is what you are looking for anyway, success and happiness. And it is only the mind that can give you the happiness and the success, the way you set it. The way you set your mind. For example, if you don't respect people, do you think people will respect you?
Never.
And if people don't respect you, will you be happy?
No.
So you see, respect people for people to respect you, to make it for you to be happy, to make the minute you see people you're happy, your heart is sound because you have a good relation with them. On a point here.
Okay.
But when you are not making people happy, you don't expect happiness from nowhere, and that will make you sad the whole day. So you see, we should not punish ourselves. We should set ourselves free. And that is what I quoted Bob Marley. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. When the mind is free, every part of the body is free. If I'm not pointed. Oh, that is how I can end today. And then
dog, we have a sponsor time because program is becoming very, very interesting. and we need much time.
Yeah, sponsorship, I believe I can see it to come when it will come.
All right.
When I get what's set your mind, I can want to Or I believe I can see Nibi Baum folded
with time. Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Doc. Akeshi, you always make it to, this platform ni onyoba bla ni biami. Okay, we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Sani wanye wa you wa hikeje dwemom linyon yeli. Nye radon akenye ke weye biye o machine no niji Teemɔ linsani. Kenklen obada michon che ofelo shanke ha wo be ni oba hye ni wo hye ne be na agi ye ni be ba ngo ni waka oni fimo ba wa wona nko be wonya anyo ni hye na hye wona ke wo he nyelo ni obada Mrs Ruby ayi ni ke oba ye be Facebook ke agbenele Linda Hope ike God ike Dog, thank you, God bless you.
You're welcome.
Linda, God bless you too. Yo itumana kana obada woche niji ni gonti atukpa manche shwane ne oba odi manye ekun dani washin shiane ke agbene mada imbra niji ni lai ni iwana akudo chone efefo ni wakuba she yani washene obada o sponsor search niji Jenny's Pizza agbene le on the gym ice kinky ke the gym boxing and fitness gym. Dog dane wo you ice kinky shiba
it's a neighbor
ibaba you man be ke tuibulo efen nye radon akenye ke we ye be ye o machine no o machine radio. Okay, we came to you live from the heart of the city niji gam machine bonke uba logo komi ko ngbeji ni TETTEH LARTEY wayo che mi ni bongo kenye nuwo idon wake mi ni be akpe o.
Got this